What is up, guys? Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to do SMS text blasting, and most importantly, how to make your first $20,000 with text blasting for SMS. I'm really excited. I'm jacked up today because I'm going to show you exactly how to do SMS the right way. A lot of wholesalers, gurus, schmoorers, everyone teaches SMS text blasting the wrong way. And the honest truth is, if you do what everybody else does in SMS text blasting, you're going to get the results that everybody does. To be extraordinary, think of the word extraordinary, you have to be extraordinary. You have to be above ordinary. I don't know how to, not extraordinary, but above ordinary, right? You have to be uncommon amongst common people. And to be uncommon, that seems like a bad thing, right? Oh, he's weird. It's a weird kid or something like that. What I mean by I'm not saying weird, but like be exceptional. Be exceptional in front of the ordinary, and it will stand out. It will be amazing, right? You think of Patrick Mahomes, you think of the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the greatest people of all time in their field of what they do for a living, of their work. They were extraordinary. They see the ordinary and they want to rise above it. And this is what we're going to do for SMS text blasting. We're going to use the scripts, what I call my double whammy script for SMS text blasting that guarantees the best response rates possible. I've actually used this type of method actually for direct mail, and that has crushed everything that I could even imagine. And I also use this for SMS text blasting. Shifted a little bit about the way, but the real thing about what I'm going to do with the script today, and remember, guys, this is like a $1,000 SMS text blasting course I'm going to condense in this live stream video today. Literally a $1,000 SMS text blasting course I'm going to give to you absolutely right now. And I could make a little, what the gurus call them, virtual VSLs. I can have a little funnel for you. Say, I'm going to show you the double whammy script to 4x your results in SMS text blasting. I could get the whole guru thing, charge you 1,000. Guys, you already know, I probably have 1,000 people today would probably buy it just to get this information if I didn't give it away for free. But guess what? I'm going to give it for free today because I'm not a broke guru, and I actually know how to SMS text blast. And I can tell you guys, that was lunch. I can tell you guys absolutely how you can go out here and start SMS text blasting for the best results possible. Now, there's only one fair warning I have to give everybody with this. If you are going to get this information, I'm treating this like you are on a stage. I'm on a stage. Everyone paid $1,000 to go listen to this information. I promise you, I could literally charge $1,000 for this info I'm going to give. So treat it like you just spent $1,000. And guess what you're going to do if you treat it like you spent $1,000? Why do people get a little better? Why they pay more attention when they spend $1,000 for something when they don't? It's because actually, oh shoot, I spent $1,000. I better get something from this. Guys, you are spending something that's worth a lot more than $1,000. I promise you. An hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of your time watching me. I promise you that is more valuable than $1,000, your time, because you can't get that back. So you are spending right now the most invaluable resource you possibly can. I'm spending the most invaluable resource that is worth a lot of money, an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of my time, giving you the information you need for wholesaling real estate. So if you are going to do this and actually taking what I'm saying, take a notepad, write it down. If you're serious about SMS text blasting, this is going to be it for you. And this is how you're going to do it the right way for wholesaling real estate. So without further ado, before I break it down, before I share exactly how to get into SMS text blasting and how you can do it the right way, do me a favor. Make sure you go out here and hit that like button, guys, okay? Make sure y'all smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below your questions, and I'm here to help you become the best wholesaler possible so you can achieve your dreams in wholesaling real estate. And today, most importantly, for SMS text blasting. So before I get into it, y'all know the vibes. We got to get you jacked up. We got to get it ready. Spend $1,000 to learn this info. So got to show you how to do it the right way. So without further ado, let's get it going.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up.
time it is. It is wholesaling time, baby. So we are going to show exactly everything you need to know about how to make $20,000 in SMS text blasting, which should be a deal, 2, 3. Depends how many deals you want to do. Now, one thing I tell you about SMS text blasting, there's a lot of things you should understand about it. I can honestly tell you the simpler you make it, the better, but also don't do it simply. Now, that might really confuse you what I just said. So I really want to share with you to go out here and really go out here and learn it the right way. So let's sort of share exactly what SMS text blasting is and why you should or shouldn't use it, and really the way I view it. Because I look at SMS text blasting so much more differently than most wholesalers, right? I look at it very differently from most people who actually do this type of marketing, right? And even the founders of SMS text blasting companies, I view it a lot differently than them because I'm a weird, crazy, kooky person. But sometimes I get a good idea or two, and that gives you guys a lot of great results. And the coolest part about what I'm teaching you today is this is stuff that I've been using for years. Basically, actually, I think a year before I started a YouTube channel. And the first video I ever made on SMS text blasting was, I think, 2.5 years after I got really good at SMS text blasting, right? Because I got really into SMS text blasting when I was 19 years old, over 4 years ago. And I learned a lot of things, right? And I feel like an old man saying this, but back in the good old days, SMS text blasting was a lot different, Sonny. And it definitely is, right? And back then, and we could talk about the good old days, but I really want to talk about right now how to do it. But you used to be able to spend $500, get unlimited texting, spent, I think 4,000 or 5,000 texts a day, boop, 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 went crazy. And literally, I got so many stinking leads coming to me. I was just like, give me the most motivated ones and went from there, right? Now, things are a lot differently. Got to be a lot more of a sniper approach really with this. And what I'm going to show you is how to do it, because you used to spend $500 and that was pretty much it, right? You got, skip tracing stuff. I was so into cold calling at all the numbers. The real cost right now, it's a lot more expensive. So if you got to do the right way, naturally how to do it, texting the perfect way. But let's kind of break down exactly what you need to know. What is SMS text blasting? Let's really break everything down. So what is SMS text blasting? In my humble opinion, SMS text blasting is basically the approach of marketing, especially with motivated sellers. So we're talking about wholesaling real estate specifically right now. Specifically, SMS text blasting is about reaching out to motivated sellers through the medium of text. And I like reaching out to motivated sellers through text. I like to reach them through a call. Sometimes I reach them through a bandit sign. Heck, I like reaching them through direct mail a lot too, right? There's a lot of ways to reach a motivated seller. And what we do in marketing is, especially in wholesaling real estate, is we reach out to motivated sellers with a medium through a message. And what is our message usually? Our message is, hey, I'm looking to buy some properties for cash, or we buy houses cash. Are you looking to sell your house, right? Really those quick medians, and that's how we do it, right? Mediums. And really, we send a postcard out saying we do that. We send a text out. We send a call out. Like, there's so many ways to do it. And then there's outbound, inbound marketing strategy. There's all these things, right? And the honest truth is, SMS text blasting is just another thing you can use, right? It's not going to be the cure-all, end-all, right? Like, it's not going to be the most insane thing in the world that's going to change your life. But if this is something you add to your repertoire of wholesaling real estate, it's going to make it a lot better. And SMS text blasting is not free. And I'll tell everybody that it is not a free thing you can do. Now, there is some free things, and I'll break down for everybody who has no money how you can do text blasting for free at the end. It is a quick hack, right? You're not going to get insane amount, but there are free SMS text blasting tools that I can actually share with you. These are ninja hacks, no guru will tell you, because they would spend $4 or $5 grand for things, right? And the big secret I'll tell you about me versus gurus when it comes to SMS text blasting. First, I use a double whammy script because I just want to get the best results, and I like the best ROI. And number two is, most gurus are going to tell you to spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 grand a month in text blasting, because if you spend 8, 9 grand a month in text blasting, you're probably going to get at least a $12,000 deal, right? You're most likely going to be able to get that because you're spending so much stupid stinking money. If you do it wrong, you won't get any results. Now, obviously, a guru is going to want you to do that, because if you do that, then they look good because you're getting deals from my program, right? And honestly, I don't think that's the best use of your money. And for most people out here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1,000, maybe 2,000 at most on text blasting is really what you should do to get the best ROI, the best results possible. There's a diminishing amount of returns for most markets when it comes to SMS text blasting. You're not doing the right way. So that's really what I want everybody to understand today. So that's really what I want to talk about. That's really what I want to get into today. for SMS text blasting. Now, one thing I want to tell you for 2023 when it comes to SMS text blasting, I hope everybody understands this, but SMS text blasting is getting more complicated. But here's the good part about it. It is still, hands down today, one of the easiest and most scalable ways to find motivated sellers in wholesaling real estate. As somebody that doesn't have a lot of time, I'm a very busy guy. Outside in the wholesaling real estate specifically, not that busy because I have team members or anything like that. But for every other thing I do outside of real estate, in real estate, I'm a little busy. And it's a lot easier for me if I'm going to add extra SMS text blasting capabilities. I can really hand that off to a VA and do a lot better than if I do cold calling. Now, cold calling can make a lot more money with cold calling. I promise you that. But one thing I can tell you is what's easier? SMS text blasting all day. And I still get deals from SMS text blasting all the time. But it's so easier because a VA, they don't have to have perfect English. If they I'll say SMS text blasting has 5 or 6 very common replies. And if you know how to reply to them, you can literally just have a copy and paste from a VA doing it. It's really simple. And really the way that I do my SMS text blasting and I'll spoil it in the beginning here, but like if somebody has any interest in the property, a VA is not going to touch it. It's going to be our acquisitions manager. Boom, 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 right? That's the way I really like doing this business. And really, you've seen me teach wholesaling real estate, FreeWholesaling.com, all these things. Once somebody says, hey, I'm interested in selling my property, the VA ain't doing it, right? We got the people that I pay a lot of money. Okay, I pay a lot of money for acquisitions people. They get it. Okay, the high earners get it. Not the VA. I'm paying $4 or $5 an hour, and that's no knock on my VAs. But I'd rather the people that are getting paid for the skills and the work to do it. It's like I'm not having my running back throw football. Okay, I'm having the quarterback. That's what he does. That's what he's best at. All right, I'm not having the center shoot threes. I'm gonna give it to Stephen Curry, right? Like I'm giving it to the people that know what they're doing, right? Not saying they can't do it, but let's give the ball to the shooters, okay, at the 3-point line. That's really the way I look at it, okay? Now, SMS text blasting over the years, it's getting a lot more complicated. And what I mean by that is carriers are definitely cracking down on it. And it's not, I want people to understand, the carriers and the making wholesaling complicated, they're not going after wholesalers specifically. It's not the wholesalers are the problem. We need to go after them. Most of the problem, I can tell everybody watching this, are the auto warranty deed people. And what do I mean by that? These auto warranty deed people are the most insane thing. Like, have you ever gotten a call on your phone and it's like, auto warranty deed, if you or a loved one got hit with a mesothelioma, that's one of them. Number one, your auto warranty is expired. Go sign up to get more. Guys, you get that all the time. Like, they're so annoying. And I get texts all the time. You get annoying texts. They're going after those people. And I hope you know it's mostly the government going after it, the FCC. And they are not going after you as a wholesaler. Okay. They're not like the wholesalers on the FCC. We're not even on the radar. It's mostly the big ones. And a lot of these are being churned out in other countries with VPNs being texted over mobile lines. It's like, it's very hard to deal with it, right? We as wholesalers don't have the issue. And really what happened with the government is like they see wholesalers, they see big companies, mostly Twilio. And Twilio is a huge corporation that does a lot of the texting on there. They go to them and they're like, we don't want to ban SMS text blasting, and I'll explain why. Exactly why SMS text blasting will never be banned. But we got to act like we're doing something, okay? And then they give some rules of it, right? You got to do a reply to stop, and you got to follow these rules, and sometimes you put EIN and all these things, right? It gets a lot more complicated, but it's still one of the easiest and most scalable ways. And before I break down my scripts and everything, I want everybody to understand this big question. Now, remember, guys, I'm not a lawyer, financial advisor. I'm none of these things. Okay. I am none of that. Seek a lawyer before you do anything. That's what I always say, right? But my question here is SMS text blasting illegal? And should you text blast or whatever? Now, I want everybody to have a very easy sigh of relief. SMS text blasting is not illegal, and it will most likely never become illegal. If y'all remember, we had the midterm elections recently. Not recently, but 4 or 5 months ago, even 6-7 months ago, if you go back even further, like every election cycle, right? I don't know about you, but I probably gotten 15 texts from both party aisles. Vote for me, fundraise this, sign this petition. and I'm getting text blasted from politicians. And I'm like, why does this work? Here's the thing. SMS text blastings worked really good for wholesaling because a lot of people answer text. Some study has shown that over 90% of all texts are read within, I think, a minute. And so this is why speed's going to be important for SMS text blasting. But you reach a lot of people more than cold calling with texting. Now, it's not as, the conversion's not as good, but you reach a lot of stinking people. And what that means is the politicians figure that that's a very good marketing tool. And so what this means is that the politicians are actually marketing with SMS text blasting, which means, oh, shoot, if we ban SMS text blasting, then I can't fundraise for my election. And that's all I care about. I'm a politician. I'm the stinking person that makes the rules. I got to keep that, right? And one thing I tell you, let's look at cold calling, for example. Cold calling, corporations make so much money with cold calling that they have lobbied Congress and congressmen and women. I hope everyone understands this with cold calling too. I don't want to get on a tangent, but I hope you know your local congressman or woman, they spend at least 1 to 2 days every single week in their party headquarters. So, you know, the red party headquarters, the blue party headquarters, and all they do, the politicians actually sit down, the party leaders or the whip or whatever, they give them a phone. They say, you're going to call these 100 biggest donors that donated to the party in the past 5 years, and you're going to ask for money from them. And 1 to 2 days every single week, they actually have recorded calls from federal election officials, something like that. Actually, I can't say these keywords. But what they do is they actually cold call, and they actually have them text blasting. And so if your politicians are doing it, they're not going to ban it. Okay, I'm just telling everybody, understand, like, they're not going to ban it because the politicians make too money and the corporations. And everyone knows in the United States how it works. If politicians and companies can make money, they're going to keep it. All right, they're not going to make it illegal. And I think a lot of people think that's something, it's just hilarious. But no, SMS text blasting is legal. They're putting more rules around it, but really the politicians have to follow those rules. So it's not going to be something that's going to end all their good results, right? And I want a lot of wholesalers to understand that, okay? So let's break down exactly SMS text blasting. So the first thing, which I've said, and I'll say for a very long time, but speed is going to be everything in SMS text blasting. And I want you guys to understand this. With text blasting, you don't have the advantage of getting in front of somebody. Like, you don't have a regular one-on-one conversation. Like, you don't hear their voice. That is what we call a disadvantage. Like Rick said yesterday, right? Virtual wholesaling is a disadvantage because you're not in person. You can't go meet someone at the property. But the one advantage you do have in virtual wholesaling, which is the same advantage you have in SMS text blasting over cold calling, is you have a speed advantage. Now, what that does, it just evens it out, right? Like, it doesn't make virtual wholesaling isn't any better or worse than local wholesaling on a very large scale because you have a speed advantage, but you have the location disadvantage. So if you can know how to close those gaps, the best can be the best one. With SMS text blasting, you have some disadvantages of the cost and things, but the speed's going to be really high. So they even out if you have the money for it, right? And that's the point of this video. If you want to utilize your best advantage in SMS text blasting, which is speed. So take the speed advantage. Actually use speed to your advantage for the best success possible. And this is what I tell every wholesaler watching this, every single person looking to get into SMS text blasting, is use speed to your advantage. So if you text, you got to text back fast. A lot of people lose interest really quick with texting. And unfortunately, I learned this the hard way where I used to put 5,000 texts in. I click. I think in 10 minutes, sent 5,000 out. I spent, I think, 3 hours texting everybody back, and one person got a text back at an hour. Took me an hour to answer back to scam. And I probably lost the deal from that, right? And so sending 5,000 texts not the best just solo by yourself, but speed's going to be really important. So it's your advantage, but it's also going to be a disadvantage if you're not fast on it, right? And so the big question is, we're going to go with scripts, services, all these things, what you should be doing. But I think the first thing you should understand about SMS text blasting is what lists work for SMS, right? I can tell you a lot of lists work and a lot of lists don't work. And honestly, what I could tell you is, just in a sentence, that most paid lists are going to work and most government lists are going to work. Now, my favorite list really, actually, and this is going to be a shocker for most people, but pre-foreclosures are probably one of the best SMS text blasting lists. And I've done pre-foreclosures for creative financing and subject to deals. I've done pre-foreclosures for wholesaling deals. They all work, right? And what I could tell you is most cold calling sucks for pre-foreclosures because there's loan sharks, there's loan servicing, debt servicing companies, right? There's all these type of companies out here for pre-foreclosures. And they don't work for cold calling because they don't want the debt man to call them. But most of these people still have their phones and they screen the calls, but they answer texts like crazy. And so with texting a pre-foreclosure list, it works really good. And a pre-foreclosure list is technically a paid list. And on top of that, that is also a government list. So they're kind of the same thing. You get it for free, but you also pay for it, right? And these are going to be tired landlord lists for paid lists, right? High equity, absentee owner, vacant properties, liens. I can go on and on. Government lists, code violations, probates, water shutoffs. You can text probates. I don't think the worst one in the world, but still cold calling I found the best. But if you're going to have a probate, text it. Why not? Like, it's not really that big of a list to do. So try it out. But I would add all these type of lists you get from government and then all the paid lists, combine them, you're good to go. The reason why I say paid lists is because if you're saying 1,000 texts a day, let's say 25 days a week, 25 days a month, 25,000 lists, 25,000, sellers potential a month. It's very, very rare you're going to get 25,000 fresh government leads this month. Like, close to impossible, right? Unless the biggest good wholesaling market is going to be Houston. So like, I highly doubt you're going to get 25,000 really good government leads for Houston, right? Cook County, but like, then you're in Illinois unless you're licensed, and that's a whole another can of worms. But really, Houston's going to be the biggest market that's good for wholesaling. And that ain't even like that good. Like, it ain't even that like big if you really compare it to LA or New York. So I just be careful with that, right? And I want everybody to understand that. So paid lists and government lists are going to be my favorite ones on here. Next question is like, Zach, what service should I use? What service is going to be the best for SMS text blasting? What skip tracing should I use, right? And what I could tell you is, so to answer the latter really quick, with skip tracing, probably the skip tracing service you're using for your text blasting is going to be the best, right? Everyone knows I like Batch, I like PropStream for the skip tracing, Listaria.com, ZachData.com, whatever one you want. But like a lot of the services, they have really good skip tracing. So let's talk about the services that I've done deals with and ones that I've actually seen people do, like that are vetted for me. So I have two categories. Ones where I actually have done wholesaling deals on, like legit checks, consistent deals. It works really well for me, which I always tell people. And I'll give you the ones that I don't use or I never used and I didn't like personally, but a lot of people have sent me checks and they've actually showed me HUDs, everything like that, that I only use the service and it's the best one. So if people have done deals on it, I would say you should probably try it, right? Now, what's the ones I recommend, right? So my favorite one is ZachData.com. It gives you the best results, best delivery. I like it, right? Number two, Lead Sherpa. I've done a lot of deals on Lead Sherpa. I did a lot of deals with ZachData.com. And lastly, I've done a lot of deals on Launch Control. I've done a lot of deals on these three services. So these are going to be the main ones that I would recommend because I've personally done deals. I know a lot of like the biggest wholesalers, they use these companies. This is the one I've seen that does very well, right? I've just personally, I can tell you this can be my tier one because I've done deals on them. And I only feel comfortable giving you information that I've actually used that's got me deals, right? So the script I'm going to tell you today, this is the same script I've used for years now that's giving the best results. And if I've made millions of dollars doing that, guess what? I'm going to tell you how to make millions of dollars with that same information. So that's how I feel comfortable. That's how I give information out. I only give you info that I've actually done before. So ZachData.com, Lead Sherpa, Launch Control. Now, this is my tier two, and this doesn't make it better or worse, but these are ones I've actually seen people do deals on, right? So Roar works very well. I've seen a lot of people do well with it. Smarter Contact, REI Reply, right? So I've seen a lot of people do deals on it. Now, Roar is pretty simple. It's not the worst one in the world. Smarter Contact's decent too. But REI Reply is a different one because I would say REI Reply, you can use it and get deals. But I want everybody to understand if you don't use REI Reply the right way, your results will suck. And I could tell you about 20% of wholesalers that are on REI Reply actually know what they're doing. And if you're not smart enough to figure out how to use it the right way, then you should not use it. It is actually it'd be a hindrance on you if you don't know how to use it the right way. And a lot of people on here that do REI Reply and they're upset at me. They're getting 30, 40% deliverability rates. And I'm like, well, you need to work with REI Reply. You got to work with Twilio and really hone down exactly how to give the deliveries up to 80, 90. You can do it. It's a lot of stinking work. And for most wholesalers, it's not worth it for them. But if you are that person that can do it, I know a lot of people in the comments in the chat that have been able to do it. Go to them. You can do it well. Shout out to them, right? But like, yeah, I would say if you're willing to put in the work on RE apply, sure. It's the most one I get asked the most on. And I can tell you it works. And the reason why it's asked the most is because it's the cheapest, right? And for most people, I went like Tom says, I think REI reply sucks. Most people say REI reply sucks is because they're part of that 80% that tried it and didn't work well because they weren't willing or they didn't want to put in all that crazy work to learn it, right? I actually learned how to use it the right way. I've tried it. I just still didn't think it was worth it compared to ZacData.com, but again, I spent a lot of money, so it's actually I get more money using ZacData.com than anything. So yeah, and also I get the cheapest skip tracing with them because I got the highest tier and all this, right? But I think a lot of wholesalers really need to understand that a lot of these things are tools, right? And I want people to understand that a lot of tools out here, they can hinder you or they can actually help you. I think a lot of people get really confused with that, but hey, it drives me crazy. It's like, oh, this one's better. Not one SMS text blasting platform is going to completely change your life. Okay, I want you guys to understand a lot of their code and a lot of their underlining who they use and a lot of the stuff they use underneath it, it's going to be the same. So, for example, if I get the Publix brand ketchup, and then I get the Walmart brand ketchup, and then I get the Kroger ketchup, a lot of them taste the same to me. I'm just being honest. Like they're really going to do the job. Now we're talking about chocolate milk, things like that might be a little different, but like a lot of them name brands, they're pretty much the same. And honestly, do I get the name brand oregano? Is that really going to make it different if I get it from Walmart, Aldi, or whatever? Not really. Okay. The Costco oregano is going to taste the same as the Publix one to me. Okay. And the Kroger oregano is going to taste the same as the Sam's Club one. Like they're going to be the same for me. And really, this is oregano, not fine wine. So like one's not going to be like completely game changing over the other. Now it comes down to preference. It is a tool. And like I've said especially with these three, like I'll tell you with ZacData.com, Lead Sherpa, Launch Control, ZacData I've had the best edge on, but they are both competing like crazy. I can tell you that it's really like it's honestly a hammer, right? It's a Lowe's hammer, a Home Depot hammer, and like a Walmart hammer. They're both hammers, and they're both pretty much going to get the deal done, like the work done. And so not one's going to be insanely bad. It's going to change your life. So that's, I think, something a lot of people should understand. Now, the next question here is, what script should I use? That's a big question. What script in SMS text blasting should I use to get the best results? Use Zach's patented double whammy script. And my double whammy script is going to be something that I should probably charge thousands for, but I give it absolutely for free because make sure we're good there. I give it for free because I feel like the power of the people is the best thing you could possibly do. And I'm not a broke real estate wholesaling guru, so I give you the best information. Now, my double whammy script is pretty much what it says. I hit them with a 1-2 punch, and it's kind of like a combo. And what that means with the double whammy script is something very similar I do with cold calling, where you think of boxing, and I call wholesaling a battle. It's fighting, right? But it's not as scary. Where like everyone knows the 1-2 punch, right? So like I might go jab, jab, right hook. And the reason why I do that is because I go jab, jab. It's going to make you move a little more. And for a lot of fighters out here, you know that when you're moving to let's say my right side and you give a left hook, or let's say right hook, I go to my left to guard away from it like this. If I go with this right here, boom, you're done. And if you're walking into it and you're not expecting it because you're expecting the jab and I hit the right hook, you're done, right? And so that's what I do with SMS text blasting. I'm giving a couple jabs in here, right? Like just nothing crazy, right? A little bit of jab, nothing. Then boom, hit them hard. That's what I do with the double whammy script for SMS text blasting. And a lot of wholesaling gurus have probably never done any combat sports in their life, so they don't understand how fighting works. I don't fight, but I've done a lot of combat sports. Pretty much every single one under the sun. And what I can tell you is I know how it works. And I kind of use that concept for SMS text blasting. I use that concept in wholesaling, and it works really stinking well. I'll tell you that. So the jab, jab, right hook, jab, jab, left hook, roadhouse kick style. I can tell you right now, in SMS text blasting, it works really well. So let's break down my double whammy script. So my double whammy script is going to work pretty much like this, where I'm talking to a motivated seller, and what's my good jab, and what's going to be my right hook. So my jab is just me getting a response from the seller. So like I'm going to get really nerdy and detailed on this, but I think you guys should understand how SMS text blasting works, because if you're spending your hard-earned money, you should know how it works. No guru is going to tell you about this, okay? So what I can tell you is with SMS text blasting, how the carriers work is when I send a text over to somebody, there's going to be an algorithm to see if you're a spam, if you're not, what's going to happen, right? Now, for most ways with SMS text blasting, when you use any of the bigger services, how it works is the algorithm is going to look at your text and say, okay, let's read this out. Is this going to be a spam? Is this someone trying to sell something? Is this a telemarketer or an actual human being? And this is what the carriers have to figure out, because if I send 30 texts out on my phone, most of them are just going to go out, right? Because they think I'm a human, right? I don't really send too many texts from my phone. So that's why you should have 15, 20 numbers, right? And then you do 20 numbers times 10. That's how it works really well, right? So really what the algorithm is with one phone number, you might be sending 20 texts out for that day. So if I send 20 texts to my friends individually, trying to tell them to go, hey, let's go watch the Dolphins lose to the Packers. Don't get me started on that. I want to text them individually. Why do my texts go through and sometimes they don't go through somebody else? The algorithm has to figure out if I'm going to be, am I trying to sell tickets to that football game, or I'm going to tell people to come over to the football game, right? The algorithm's got to figure that out. And so the way that the algorithm works pretty simply is if you respond to a text, they're going to be like, okay, most people don't respond to a telemarketing text. So we know that's pretty much a spam. So if you send 50 texts out, you only get 2 replies, you're probably saying something that's scammy or bad, and we don't like that, right? And so how do you go around this? And what they're going to do, if the next time you text, you're going to get 50% delivery rate, which they're just going to not even send 50% of your text out, which you're wasting a lot of money. So what I do is the most important part of the double whammy, which is the jab, is I get a response. And I say very, very specific things to invoke a response. And once you invoke a response, I want you guys to understand this. The algorithm doesn't care because you reply back to it. So even if it was a sales thing, you're interested, you definitely, I'm not going to block this guy because he's interested in what the guy's selling, or they're friends and they're doing it, right? And so like if I text my buddy, hey, I'm looking to buy some houses. Like, what do you think about this house? That's not going to get blocked because my buddy's going to reply back to me and they're going to be like, okay, you know, this is just friends talking about houses. So there's keywords in the algorithm when you initially send a text out that they do not like. House, interested, property. I mean, house is not the worst one, but sell and real estate are a big one, right? Interested's a big one, right? Cash is a huge one, right? And so if I initially send a text out, hey, I'm looking to buy your house for cash. Are you looking to sell it? Sell, cash, property, house, it ain't going to do well. Okay. Like you're not going to get a lot of replies, not going to do well, and the algorithm ain't going to like it. But if I send something out very interesting, for example, right? Like, hey, Sarah, this is Zach from Port St. Lucie, Stuart, Florida. I just drove by 123 Main Street and I had a quick question. Is this Sarah? So I could say, all right, I put Sarah in the back. So let me go shift it up really quick. There we go. I'll shift this up a little. All right. Here's an example one. Hey, this is Zach from Stuart, Florida. I just drove by 123 Main Street and I had a quick question. Is this Sarah? The reason why this works so stinking well is because I just sent something out to them and they're like, you just drove by my house? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is Sarah. What's going on? They're like, he just drove by my house. So you usually get a text back from that because you're intriguing interest. You're invoking interest. Why do you think I do this for my reverse trying for dollars? Why do you think I do this for my cold calling? Because it works. All their wholesalers don't do this stuff. And this is unique. This is extraordinary. And then you're going to get extraordinary results from doing this. Because you invoke this response, most people are going to say, yes, this is Zach, or this is Sarah. Like, what's going on? Telemarketers don't do this. Okay. This doesn't sound like like this doesn't sound like a telemarketing thing. Okay. Like this sounds like a regular one. Maybe it's my neighbor who's texting me. Like what's going on? And for a lot of people that have kids, right? Like, are they texting me about my kids? It's like, what's going on here, right? And I just want everybody to understand this is a very important response. And I drove by. Do you see how this doesn't have house in it at all? This doesn't have any big keywords. Now, here's the problem. I tell you this, okay? The best ad copy is going to be the one you make, because how the algorithm works is if you copy the same text word for word and 1,000 people watching this video send 1,000 texts a day, just think of the numbers on that, right? So if I do 1,000 people use that script 1,000 times today, that is literally going to be over 1 million texts of the same thing. And then that script is not going to work. I have insane, amazing scripts that I abuse that the algorithm doesn't even let it happen anymore. They're great scripts, but they don't work anymore. And the algorithm doesn't like it. So the best one is if you can use synonyms. So change it up a little. You know, I went by the house. I drove by the house. I like adding spinner tokens. So what a spinner token basically is I can put a bracket in this. And let me write what, so if I'm using batch leads, I'm going to use, what's going to look like is this. I just drove by, went by, saw, approached by. Hey, let's just do that for example, okay? And I had let me just show you what it, a quick, easy, brief. Okay. So what are spinner tokens and how it works? So let me show you what this basically is. So you can add these brackets in here. And again, at FreeWholesaling.com, Batch will show you how to do this. You can add spinner tokens. And what this basically means is now I put this as my big script. So, hey, this is Zach from Stewart. I just drove by. Text one will be, I just drove by 123 Main Street and had a quick question because it's in parentheses. Now it's going to send the next text. Hey, this is Zach. I just went by 123 Main Street and I had a simple question. And basically what that means is every text I send is going to be a unique one because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. So 4 times 4. So 4 to the 4th power is going to be 256. I think that's how it works, right? Maybe it's 4 times 4, but I think it's 4 times 4. That basically means that there is, am I doing the math right on this? Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's 16. Now, if I add another one, so let's add this one, because once you add one more, it just changes everything. Question, inquiry. All right, let's do this. All right, this is going to be a lot better. All right, so this is 4 times 4 times 3. So 4 times 4 times 3, 48. So there's 48 texts I can send out from one script here, which is actually absolutely amazing. So what this basically does is it makes every single text a unique one. So it's kind of like a code where it's going to do a random one from drove, went by, saw. It's only going to give one of those. And then it's going to give a random one, which means I can use this script 48 times and it's going to be a unique text for 48 of them, which is really cool. Because if I have 10 of those, I can send 1,000 out really easy. And so this makes a response, this makes every text unique and the algorithm can't pick it up. Now, a lot of text blasting services don't do this, but this is how you get those 90% deliverability rates, right? And basically that's just me literally taking my script and just chopping up and using a different. So using my own ad copy because I'm using synonyms, right? Hey, I just approached 123 Main Street and I had a quick question or I had a quick inquiry about it or thought. Like these are just synonyms you use for texting. Now your guru don't talk about this. Your guru broke. You don't think about it. But when you're rich and you make a lot of money wholesaling real estate, you know what works and what doesn't. You know how to shift it over. And this is how you trick the algorithms with SMS text blasting to get the best results possible. Now, the softwares have the spinner tokens in them for you, so it works really well, but it's very important. So what's the second one? Hey, this is the wham. This is the right hook. This is, hey, me and my partner we're looking, so I'll change that to were. Me and my partner were looking to buy 2 more houses in the 4-3 whatever zip code. And I was wondering if you're looking to sell it for cash. The reason why you zip and not area is because it's more specific. And it's like, wow, I was really targeted for the zip code. Cool. And also because I'll sometimes will send text out in Florida, Tennessee, South Carolina, Michigan, right? Somewhere out west, right? So it's very specific to that area. And I want you guys to understand this, that in wholesaling real estate, it's all about just getting in front of somebody and getting. So this is really the message I want, right? So this is the hidden message to get someone to respond. Once they respond, me and my partner, we're looking to buy 2 more houses in the whatever zip code. I was wondering if you're looking to sell it for cash. Now, the algorithm's okay with this, and it works really stinking well. I want everybody to understand that this is how you're supposed to do your SMS text blasting. This is how you get the best results possible. This is actually how you get a lot of deals with SMS text blasting. Most people won't do the double whammy script, but if you do it, it'll work very, very well. Now, remember, I'm going to say this one last time, and I want everybody to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying this really nicely, but the best ad copy is the one that you make yourself. You cannot go out here and copy someone's ad copy from a guru and copy. It's not a cold calling script where you can just copy it all the time. You actually have to do it your own way. And once you're able to do it your own way, you're actually going to get really good results. Now, remember this, guys. Once they say they want to sell the property, call them. Do not text. This is the biggest pet peeve I have, and this is the biggest destroyer of you getting a deal through SMS text blasting. What did I say is the biggest advantage in SMS text blasting in the beginning? Speed. Speed is going to be the biggest advantage you have in wholesaling real estate when it comes to SMS text blasting. So once they want to sell the property, guess what? Once they do it, once they want to sell, call them up. I tell everybody watching this, make sure that once they want to sell it, have them call them. Once they have any interest in selling it, get on the phone, close the deal. Okay. Because there could be 2 or 3 people texting this person. There could be someone cold calling, there's someone sending a direct mail out to their person. But somebody might be even going on the appointment today. But guess what? If you have the speed advantage, hey, I'm looking to sell it, call them. Hey, this is Zach. I just texted you. Hey, you're saying you're looking to sell your property. Can you tell me a little bit about it? We're looking to buy some properties. That's it. I tell you, you're not going to have text back and forth texting conversation. Okay, that's not going to lead. The motivate sellers just want to get sold quick. You texting them doesn't give you the speed advantage. It's actually the speed disadvantage by not doing it. So I promised everybody at the end of this, I'm going to teach you how to do SMS text blasting for free. It is not the best one to do, but it is something for free. If you have no skip tracing, you don't do any of it. 2 ways to do it. There's Google Voice, and there's Facebook. And texting is a very, how do I say this the right way? Like, texting is very subjective for what it is, right? Is it WhatsApp? Is it Skype? Is it like, what can a text be? What I can tell you is, if you get a list of 50 people on Drawing for Dollars list and you want to text them out, just go to Google Voice. You can text from there for free, right? You should limit it to, I think, 30, 40, or 50 a day. And then if you have 50 more, find them on Facebook and just DM them. Technically a text, and you don't have to worry about the algorithm or anything, but I would switch up every single text you send out so the algorithm doesn't pick it up. The algorithm's still there, a little different. And what I can tell you is you can probably 100 out a day, which isn't bad, right? And it's absolutely for free. You just got to find these people online, their profile, and then DM them. And hey, I drove by your house and seems like something I want to buy. Just reaching out on Facebook here because I didn't want to call you or anything. I didn't have your number. So do that. At least 100 a day. And I'm telling you, for most wholesalers that have no money out right now in wholesaling real estate, that have no money at all, I guarantee you probably haven't sent out 100 free texts a day. You probably haven't sent 100 texts out today for free. And I challenge everybody, regardless of money, experience, anything, try to send at least, okay, I'm telling everybody, 20 DMs today of motivated sellers on any of your lists. Try to find the most motivated one, but do it. Okay, I want everybody just to try to send 20 texts out via DM, Google Voice, whatever you have. Do it. I promise you that it's going to give you some experience. Try any of the scripts I did, but send at least 20 out. Don't use a personal cell, but just do it. So I'm challenging everybody to do at least 20, 25 if you're crazy, but just try it out. The worst you can do is they say no or they block you. And the best is get a deal. Try it out, right? And I think if everybody does that, so if I have 1,000 people, we'll probably have Actually, no, 3,000. If I look at in the next 24 hours, if I look on all 4 YouTube channels, which we're live on right now, and then I add the Wholesaling House Real group, whatever, we'll have that minimum 3,000 views. So if I have 3,000 people watching this that send 25 texts a day, 25 texts, that's 75,000 texts. Okay. 75,000 texts. You're going to get at least one deal. Somebody from me just doing that is going to get their first deal and it's going to change your life. Might not be you, but if 100 people, 3,000 people send 25 texts out, I can tell you that 75,000 texts, someone's going to get their deal. And it's going to be absolutely life-changing. So guys, that is my SMS text blasting mini course. That is my little, talk about how to do SMS text blasting. You just paid $1,000 for that. How does it feel, right? And really, that is. I will honestly tell you, in all honest and sincerity, I could have dragged this SMS text blasting little thing out into modules and I could expand it. I can make it longer than it had to be. You'd probably put that into a 2-day seminar. And you would have spent $1,000. You said, wow, so glad I did that. So glad I spent $1,000. You just got it for free. So you just saved $1,000 on SMS text blasting. So how does it feel? So guys, if you want to learn like a little more about SMS text blasting, me actually going into batch leads and creating an account and setting it all up, doing scripts, lives, all these things, just do me a big favor. Just go to freewholesaling.com. That's my free real estate wholesaling course. It's for free. I had a guy today DM me like, Zach, I'm not buying your freewholesaling.com. I know you want my money. I'm like, bro, like I ain't charging you for it. Why do you think I put the free on top of it? It's called FreeWholesaling.com. FreeWholesaling.com. I want everybody to understand that. FreeWholesaling.com. Because I'm not buying wholesaling.com, okay? Give everybody a quick story. If you want to be stupid enough, you can do this. I reached out to the owner of wholesaling.com. And this is just for everybody. I don't know why this can help everybody. I reached out to the owner of wholesaling.com. Okay. I know the owner of wholesaling.com. Reached out to him. Doesn't use it. All right. He bought the domain in like the 80s. No, not the 80s. I think early 2090s. Reached out to him. I'm like, I want to buy wholesaling.com. His lowest price. I want everyone to guess in the comments. What do you think wholesaling.com? What do you think the guy's lowest price was to sell wholesaling.com for me was? I had to pay all cash. How much do you think it would have been if I had to buy it? I'm actually genuinely curious what people would do. Because how much it would cost for me to take 4 letters off of my website? It's his lowest price. I had to bring him down on it. I didn't buy it though. Let me see. Let me actually get the email out for you guys, okay? I see if I cover the guy's face. I'll give you the email. He didn't want to call me. I tried calling him because I knew I could close over the phone. Refused. Hold on. Let me go find it. I got to screenshot it. Okay. I'll show you the screenshot. Lowest price. Are you ready for this one? There's my screenshot. Here it is. Try by wholesaling.com. This is the text I got. This is how much the guy's email reply to me of the lowest he would take on wholesaling.com. $388,000. So if anyone was out here to buy wholesaling.com for $388,000, you deserve it, not me. Because I make a lot of money, but I just couldn't fathom paying $388,000 to take 4 letters off of freewholesaling.com. I thought it was ridiculous. So I thought it was funny. I want everyone to understand this. He actually offered me a lease with an option to buy, which I thought was hilarious. And that was the same thing. And I'm like, bruh. And he was at $500,000, $600,000. I'm like, and I want you to understand that he was legit. He was not even kidding with me. I promise you. I sent out. I negotiated 5 times with this guy to buy it. 5 times. This is the lowest he's ever been. I was like, you know what? I think y'all can understand the four. I think you guys can respect the 4 extra letters in it. And I'm like, I ain't doing that. Okay. Literally, he can come back to me at any price. I don't think I want to buy it anymore. I am that disgruntled. Okay. $388 for wholesaling.com. I'm like, no way. Okay. So I have freewholesaling.com and I spent $10 for the domain. And I am refusing to get that domain anymore. So I have FreeWholesaling.com. All right. And at FreeWholesaling.com, you can go and I said, screw it. Wholesaling.com is dead to me. FreeWholesaling.com is it. Because Wholesaling.com, people might think that it's charging you information of it, right? So guess what I did? I'm like, you know what? Let's go to FreeWholesaling.com. All right. And I want everyone to understand this, that FreeWholesaling.com, it's wholesaling.com, but it's free. Screw it. I'm not paying $388,000. I'd rather buy a Lambo, a boat, and a rental property all together, and probably, an AP watch all together for that, which I think is stupid. So freewholesaling.com. Boom. Got it. It's free. Wholesaling. So when everyone understand a quick tidbit website, freewholesaling.com, learn wholesaling for free. That's how you do it. But I thought that was funny. I just wanted to share a quick story of me trying to help the community out by buying it and how crazy things get when you're negotiating and you're trying to buy wholesaling.com, which I think is funny. So I just thought it was funny. So yeah, the most I've seen somebody buy like a good website for was like $300K. And that was a way better one than what we're doing. But I don't know why I was telling you guys that was funny, but let's see. All right. So no, if you go to freewholesaling.com, it's pretty sick. It's got the security on it. So I want everyone to let's check it out. Yep, freewholesaling.com to the security because it goes to Flip of the Brick, which is the most secure domain in the world. It's the best one. It's where you should hang out all your time. But yeah, and I want everyone to understand we're destroying the gurus. We're making them broke. We're making them cry. And flipofthebrick.com, which hosts freewholesaling.com, before Alexa rankings was a thing, and before Alexa rankings actually gave out, it was the number one. It's so sad, Alexa ranking. Website track. Yeah, we can see it from here. But what I want everybody to understand that before Alexa got rid of their thing, freewholesaling.com was hands down one of the most searched domains in the entire country. And it changes everything. Okay. And I want people to understand that the amount of visits on the website was one of the highest ever. And so I want people to understand that freewholesaling.com, we are destroying the gurus, and the gurus can go cry about what they do, is one of the most biggest websites in the entire country for real estate in general. So pretty crazy, but yeah. Let's see here. All right. So let's answer some questions. Let's see how I can help the people out and really break down exactly how I can help as many people as possible learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. So you can get the best results possible. So let's go here and let's get it. All right. Where am I going to go here? All right. So let's see who we got. Let's go to the comments. All right. Let's go to the top and let me answer some questions. Remember, guys, if you want to learn wholesaling for free, just go to freewholesaling.com. All right. Who we got? All right, Kaylin, don't even get me started on the Packers-Dolphins game. I mean, I'll not be talking to you or Jovi at all today. All right, I ain't dealing with no Packers fans today. That game was insane. Let's see here. Be extraordinary. I think that's the way I was trying to say it, but I don't think it came out the right way. All right. Let's answer some questions. So how do you respond to when and why do you have a Google Voice? Well, I have a Google Voice, but for most people get Google Voice because it's a free dialer. That's why. And you can also text and get voicemails and stuff like that. Michelle says, Do you think it's a good idea to give an offer using an SMS to a realtor? No. You never give offers with a text because, first of all, you might get an objection, and an unanswered objection is going to be absolutely insanely bad, and you don't want that. Also, on top of that, why do you think gurus don't try to close you on text? Because they know to sell their $10,000 programs, which is a big decision, they have to do it over the phone. Why do you think all the big stock brokers close on text? Why do you think every company does their calling and closing on text? Do their closing over the phone, not on text. Excuse me for that. Because closing on the phone gives you the best success rate possible. That's why big corporations don't close over text. Why small ones and really rich people don't, because that's not the way you do it. Jovi, I'm sorry. We'll talk to you, but we can't talk about the Packers at all. I am very upset. I'm very angry, okay, over Tua throwing 3 interceptions. We will not be talking about the Packers today. That's where I put my foot down. Oh, we love you, bro. I love all the Packers fans. Don't worry. I love them. I'm just upset over the game. And is it rational? Yes, but that's okay. Jennifer says, awesome. Thank you for the help. My texts were not going through and I realized that I was doing it wrong. I'm going to write some better scripts. Stop texting sellers today. Yeah, just change up the script. I'm telling you, I think if you change up the script, you're going to get really good results. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not cheap, Justin, but like, all right, $388, I could probably make $40,000 every single year for the rest of my life. And I'm like, dang, okay. What's better? Spending that, making $40K the rest of my life on passive income, or buying that website? I'm like, yeah, I got FreeWholesaling.com. Am I really going to spend $100K for a letter? Probably not, right? So I'm just going to avoid that. Do you ask for permission to give them a call if they say yes, just in case they might be in the middle of something? I just call them. I literally speed. Speed is everything, guys and gals. And if you don't have the right speed, it's like you're going to lose out because somebody's not going to ask permission. They're going to get the deal. And if it's a motivated seller, it's always going to be a permission, right? And they won't answer it if it's the wrong time. And I want everyone to understand that too. Yeah, Alex. If you want the holiday sale for FreeWholesaling.com, just type in the words free with the words wholesaling.com, and you will get our special discount code for the holidays on FreeWholesaling.com, and it will go, it's usually $0, but we're going to change it to $0 for the new year. That's going to be, I'm spending a lot of money doing that, right? And it's a big holiday sale. I did it for Black Friday, and you've asked, and I will deliver. FreeWholesaling.com will become free for the holidays. Then after the holidays, I'm going to bring it up by probably 60% the price from $0 to $0. So letting you guys, we are doing a holiday sale at FreeWholesaling.com on my website. Just go to FreeWholesaling.com and you will go and really go out here and buy Wholesaling.com for free. You have your own copy of it and you can chill out and do it the best way, right? I'm sorry, but these gurus just I had to flex on them for a second here. Yep, same script for virtual, Justin. I'd still use the same one. Cups, yeah, I got water and I got coffee today. Decaf, of course, because I can't sleep past noon if I drink coffee. So, Zach, do you have cash buyers in Detroit? Yes, I do. Hit me up, get it sold. Soul Monger says I took over 3 subject twos. Yeah, subject twos, I can tell you. Texting to reach out to them works really well. And really, texting a pre-foreclosure works really good for subject twos also. Because people under pre-foreclosures aren't answering their phones and they text working. It works really well. So Luis says politicians are exempt to SMS text blasting rules and regulations that companies are subject to. Luis, you're half right, half wrong. Because these politicians are individuals calling. for it. Now, they can be under a political action committee, but you also got to understand that the people that are paying them, that are accepting them, are donors that own big corporations. And if I'm going to donate $10 million to the presidential fund or whatever it's going to be, and I make a lot of money cold calling, I'm going to tell them that you got to make cold calling. You can't do anything about cold calling. And they're like, we won't touch it. Got to remember, politicians make the rules, but who gives them the money? It's the companies. So yeah, companies don't want to get the money, so it's fine. Let's see. Drex says, just made first contact with a seller on Facebook Marketplace and may need a cash buyer if I get a contract. Well, let me know where we can find you a cash buyer, but I want you also to understand that if you're on Facebook, go to the Facebook real estate investing groups and find a cash buyer there. Go to FreeWholesaling.com. We'll show you exactly how to do it the right way. Well, Jesus, if you are deaf, I'm saying this in the nicest possible way. First of all, if you're deaf, it's going to be extremely hard to wholesale houses. Not saying you can't do it, but if you are you can't hear, cold calling is going to be hard. Virtual wholesaling is going to be near impossible. And having seller conversations are going to be hard. I mean, you can do a Zoom and do sign language if the other person knows sign language, but most likely you're going to need to have a partner. And what I can tell you is live videos are probably going to be your thing. When the video is over, the YouTube makes the caption on it. And so that's probably what I do. I think Facebook has captions for the lives too. But I want you all to understand that if you're deaf, it's not impossible not to make money in wholesaling. But what I can tell you is you're probably not going to be the one closing the deals. And that's okay, right? Communication is going to be the key part. And I would say get a partner. That's going to be the best one you can do. Now, you can still text blast. You could still pull lists. But for closing deals, it's going to be a little more difficult. So I'd probably find a partner for it. How many texts should equal a deal? 1 or 1 million? I get this all the time. It's like, how many texts to get a deal? I would probably say 5, 6, 7,000 maybe, depending on the type of list. But usually in a week, I can get a deal from texting. So that's the way I kind of look at it, right? And that's a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 deal. So text as much as I think 1,000 a day is decent for most people. Zach, would you recommend doing SMS when Zach, would you recommend doing SMS when just starting wholesaling? I'm doing cold calling, but I haven't got a deal yet. Should I SMS text blast as well? If you have the money for it, sure. You just got to do it the right way, though. Okay. I want people to really understand that you have to wholesale houses the right way. And if you don't know how to do it the right way, it's not worth the money. Tell me what list you're doing. That'll probably help me out. Now, Fu says it's digital real estate. All right. It's digital real estate, but it's also the same thing as buying a monkey picture for 400 grand and now it's being worth 30 grand. Like, is that real estate's cool, but you also understand with real estate is it's digital real estate, but is the digital real estate going to be worth a lot less, or is it still has a value, right? And I think the value is a lot less than 400 grand for that. And that's why I thought a monkey picture is not worth 400,000. It's got inherent value. It's probably worth right now, in my opinion, monkey pictures, 15, 20 grand just because of the brand under it. But like, it's not worth 400,000. And the market has shown that. Now there's not a big market for wholesaling.com. So it's just kind of funny. But yeah, digital real estate's cool, but I want you guys to understand that it's still got value and you can't overpay for it. Samuel says, Zach, I was told I could not pull code violation list in my area, but not code enforcement. Well, Sam, you should give up and let another wholesaler in your market consistently try to pull that list every day, and then they'll get it, and then they get deals, and you don't have to, right? I tell you is, this is the same thing in life, okay? And this is the way I look at life too. If somebody says I can't do something, and they aren't my mom, I'm really not going to, or if they're not my mom, a lawyer or a police officer, maybe a fireman, I'm not really going to care what you have to say. Unless like it's something like life-threatening or whatever. But like outside of someone who works in law or law enforcement and they tell me not to do something, I'm not going to really care unless it's my mom. Because if I have a receptionist at the code enforcement office say, you can't pull the code violation list? I'm going to say, yes, I can. File a FOIA act, shut them up. I would go in person for every day for a week before you do that, though. But yeah, I could literally care less. It's like I could seriously care less. I had once, I was doing my bandit signs, and I put bandit signs out, and a EMT in the fire department pulled up on me and said, "You can't put that sign out." You know what I did? I stared at him, I put the sign down, and I walked away. You know why? You're not a cop. You're not. I literally, I respect you for what you do, but I don't respect you for what you say for me what to do. Okay. If a fire department guy tells me not to put a bandit sign out, I'm going to probably put 2 bandit signs out just to rub it in. Okay. Because that's who I am. All right. I hate to say it. So when a guru tells me that you can't teach wholesaling for free, no one's going to learn anything. You're not going to do well. And your information sucks. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go even harder in the paint. All right. And that's what I do. And I want everyone to understand. I want the gurus to understand this too, that if you keep saying that I can't do something, I'm just going to do it even harder. Okay. I always say, just watch me. All right. Watch me. And that's how I flex on them. You know, I think a lot of wholesalers out here get really confused with it, but I think a lot of wholesalers really need to review how they look at wholesaling real estate because, yeah. Let's see here. Where do you get your lists? I get my lists from government lists and also paid lists. There's also a lot of ways you can do it, but yeah. Let's see here. Zach, do you think it's a good idea for properties where new Amazon's been? Yeah, I think I'd say it's okay if there's economies pushing there. I don't think it's going to change everything on it because Amazon's really being built everywhere, but hey, not the worst thing in the world here. Let's see here. I can't stand Zach always charging exorbitant prices for his course free. That's too high. I need something better for free. Hold my hand, Zach. JK. Honestly, Jason, if you want to hop on the live streams, we got one-on-ones. Everyone knows where to hop on and talk to me for the one-on-ones. I'll literally go out here and I'll talk to you for free and literally hold your hand. But how do you do that? I'll show you right now. Here. All right, where is it? All right, here it is. Here's my Wholesaling House for Real Facebook group. So this is where you hop on, talk to me for free. We're going to do some one-on-ones today, but how do you do it? All you got to do is go here. So let me put the thing on. Hold on, where is it? All right. Here it is. This is www.facebook.com/groups/wholesaling houses for real. And this is how you're going to be able to come out here, talk to me for free, absolutely for free. And I got to come up here and really share with you exactly how you can start wholesaling houses the right way, absolutely for free, and exactly how you can get into wholesaling. And I'll just give you a free one-on-one and talk to you. So without further ado, let's talk to the people and let's see how I can help the people out. So first person we got Jared.
How's it going?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you?
Doing all right. How are you doing today?
I'm blessed, man. How's it going? How can I help you out become the best wholesaler possible today?
I just have a quick question. I got in a JV contract with another wholesaler in the area. He also flips on the side too. Then I had my contract and I was like, hey, you find the buyer, then we'll JV and split the deal. But I think I found the buyer on my end and he hasn't found the buyer. How does that work with like canceling the contract? Can you do that or how does that work?
Well, so there's a lot of ways around that. What was the JV specifically written for?
So he can advertise and find the buyer.
Does he have the exclusive right 50-50 on this deal or is it different? Like, what do you mean?
So if we make the deal, like I don't know exactly what the so if I don't know.
Do you sign a legally binding agreement to split the deal 50-50 or for him to bring a buyer and to split it?
To bring a buyer.
Okay, so you got to figure out how you wrote the JV deal, because some JV deals are written really weird, where you get 50% of the profits on the entire deal. If not, I think you just clearly talk to the guy and do it. But you just got to be careful with it. I do a lot of JV deals, and sometimes people maliciously do it, and some people do not. But is this guy ready to buy it right now?
Yes.
So did he say, hey, I'm going to buy this? Did he already do a walkthrough, all this stuff?
Yes.
All right. Well, I would probably reach out to the guy and get out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, if you agreed to split the deal no matter what, then no, I probably wouldn't. But how many days did you have with the guy?
With the other wholesaler,
Yeah, how many days have
30
you signed
days.
the JV agreement for? How many days?
30.
30. And he hasn't brought a deal in 30 days? A cash buyer?
Well, I mean, because of the holidays and stuff, he just started advertising today, and
That's his fault.
and my buyer, which was I had on another contract, contacted me back today, and he was like, "Hey, I'm interested in the other contract you have. I want to go look at it and put an offer in on it." So,
I mean, dude, if it's been 30 days and he hasn't done anything, I would get out of it.
okay.
Do you have any clauses to get out of it?
I don't like. I know in it says that we can both talk to each other and cancel the contract.
Perfect. Then do it.
Okay.
I just want to ask, when you sign legally binding stuff, like this is big boy stuff. This ain't little stuff. Like just make sure you have an out clause in there.
Okay.
But it seems like you do have one. So I think it's his fault. Like, honestly, I would feel bad if like he has a buyer and like you just want to make more money and you're doing it for the money, but you're trying to save the deal. You gave him 30 days. He used the holiday excuse, which is stupid because, I mean, really 4 days ago, there's no holidays, right? So it's like, that's your fault, buddy. It drives me crazy.
I appreciate it. That's all I really
All right, bro.
help with.
Let me know if you need help with anything else, and love to help you out.
Thank you.
All right, keep it up. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's see who we got next here. All right, let's pop it up. All righty, where are you? There you go. Trevor, what is up?
Oh, okay. Last time I did this, I was on here for like an hour and nothing happened. My fault for joining an hour and a half late, I suppose. How you doing, Zach?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Good, good, good. I went through your entire course, might I say, very brilliant. And even if I'm not doing the wholesaling thing, because my family told me no, it's taught me a lot about sales and pulling free lists for your businesses. I've actually ended up starting an SMMA. I'm not pitching the SMMA to you or to your audience. Don't worry about that. I'm not a guru and all that stuff, but you've inspired me to like really like kick it in the face of these gurus too. And I'm creating a gilded server where basically it's all the stuff that these just evil people like offer to sell people. And I'm going to use artificial intelligence to write some stuff and checking to see what the AI writes and all that stuff to basically make it so that no one has to pay a guru for anything ever again. But that's going to take some time on my part. But basically, I'm really bummed about the whole not being able to wholesale real estate. I'm in the state of California, and my grandma is a former realtor, and my uncle is currently a realtor who actually works at a brokerage or something. I don't remember the term. And like, I'm trying to tell them, because like I had my cash buyers list ready to go. I had 10 of them. Like I had everything ready to go. It's just my family told me no. And so I was mainly wondering, like, what do I need to tell them? Or if you could make some kind of video or whatever to say, actually, I don't need a license to wholesale. Because like my cash buyers even told me I don't need it.
Where do you live?
Southern California, San Bernardino.
Okay, so Riverside area. So, honestly, dude, you can wholesale there pretty easy. Like it's not that hard. So,
yeah, I know I can, but my family told me no.
How old are you?
Close. I'm 21.
Okay.
I know I can get a deal, and doing all the stuff. I've come from a family of sales. I know I can get a deal, but the problem is, like, if I the second I start trying, my whole family's gonna be barging in. It's like, no, you can't do this. I'm like, what can I tell them?
So you're putting toy handcuffs on you. Like I
That's fair.
want you to understand this. Love family, love everyone,
Mhm.
but your family isn't you. And the
Yeah.
only thing, there's only one thing you're gonna do to shut them up. There's literally nothing you can say that's gonna change their mind of you not to do wholesaling. I
That's
want you to
fair.
understand that. There's literally not one thing you're gonna say that's gonna change their mind instantly. Okay?
Mm.
There's only one thing, and that is a check. I've talked to
That's
a lot
fair.
of 18-year-olds. I've talked to a lot of 19-year-olds. I've talked to a lot of 17-year-olds. I've talked to 16-year-olds that have all helped out. And I talked to a lot of that have failed.
Hmm.
The only thing that is going to change their mind is that you get a check. That is it.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but what's the worst thing that's going to happen if they figure out that you're wholesaling houses? Oh my God, you're wholesaling houses. Stop doing that. I want you to understand that. Like now, there's crazy parents out there that'll kick you out of the house or something. And if that's something you can't afford, then sure. But you said your uncle's a lawyer?
He's a real estate agent.
Okay. Ask him to call the law line and ask if wholesaling is illegal and talk to a real attorney. That's what you can do. Now, if you really want to give some evidence that wholesaling is fine, what you can do is just find a title company, find the lawyer, and ask them if wholesaling is legal, that from a title company that actually does wholesaling transactions.
Okay.
And you can have his name as a lawyer that says he said wholesaling is legal and he does 50 a year. If you really want to get in the law thing.
Okay.
Because if you get arrested, Trevor, for wholesaling in California without a license, you will be the first person in history to be arrested, and I'll personally put up your bail for you, okay?
I'm going to clip that. Thank you, good sir.
Do it.
Yeah.
But just for wholesaling.
Hmm.
Now, people get arrested for wholesaling all the time, but they break laws. They forge signatures. They do illegal stuff. They do financial abuse. Like, that's just weird laws for that. We already have laws for like that stuff. Fraud, deception. Obviously, don't do that, okay? Like, that's 100% illegal. But it's almost impossible to get arrested in wholesaling when you use a legit title company with lawyers, notaries, and escrow agents. Like, it's almost impossible. And there's thousands of wholesaling deals being done in SoCal all the time. So you'll be the first person in history to be arrested for wholesaling real estate in California.
Without a license.
What?
Without a license, though.
Oh, shoot. I hear the cop. Guy, I've done a lot of JV deals in California. I should be arrested too.
All right. That's fair.
Ontario, Hemet, and Riverside. Put me in jail. I haven't been, the cops haven't been going after me, so I think you're fine. And I've done 3 more deals than you in SoCal this year. So you're fine. I think you're overthinking it.
Okay.
And you won't get, you're fine, bro. Like, I'm just telling you, the only thing that's going to stop your parents from doing it is just you having a check, because they don't think it's real. That's it. They're actually being really nice to you.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
that's one of the reasons to listen to them.
No, they're being nice, and they actually think what you're doing is, they probably think it might be legit. They're not questioning that. They just don't think it's the best for you.
Okay.
And that's not his truth. And the only thing that's going to stop him is you being successful for it. What can your parents do if you have a $30,000 check in your hand from wholesaling houses from a lawyer that wrote it to you? Are they going to tell you to stop doing it, or are they going to tell you, okay, keep it going? I was wrong.
They're probably going to ask me to buy them a movie or something.
Yeah, and then their whole thing's going to change, right? That's it. What's the biggest risk if this wholesaling thing doesn't work?
Oh,
You're out
I
100
end
bucks?
up putting, I don't, nothing. Yeah.
No, there's actually something the worst. Your mom's going to say, I was right. And that's pretty much it. That's the worst that's really going to happen.
That's fair.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, man. Love what you're doing. Like,
I love it.
Like, you're brilliant.
And I don't think your parents are going to be the type of people that are going to kick you out of the house for wholesaling real estate and trying to help yourself become a better person. So
this guy legit. Okay. I have used the stuff he's taught me to get me business for a completely different field of work. So, really cool. He's the great.
I'll tell you this though, if you're doing SMMA and wholesaling at the same time, it's going to be hard for you to get a wholesaling deal. It's also going to be harder for you to get SMAA clients. So just understand that.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I think wholesaling's better. I have a friend from high school that runs, I think, top 100 SMA agencies in the entire country.
Ooh.
Makes a ton of money. wholesaling's still the best. And so I know how that whole game works. It's a lot of work, dude. And I think he's on year 8 of it. Okay. So like, I know what it takes for that. I know what it takes for wholesaling. We both went on different paths. But what I can tell you is we're pretty much at the same spot, and wholesaling's a lot better, dude.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving me your time. I greatly appreciate it, man.
All right. Keep it up. Boom. Awesome. All right. Next here we got Drex.
Hey,
Yo.
how's it going?
Good. How's that Facebook seller going?
Hey,
What's
my
going on
man.
with that deal?
So I messaged you earlier in the stream about that one property.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so it is located in the central Mississippi area and it's not under contract, so I'm not quite trying to give out the address yet. But was wondering if you had any tips on somebody doing their first virtual deal, trying to get it under contract.
Yeah,
And
I
if
got a
you'd
lot.
be willing to JV, we could have that conversation later on, of course.
Where do you live?
I currently live in Alaska and it's all the way in Mississippi, so it's quite the distance. But I have people in state who could go and look at the property for me.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask you where or anything like that. You said it's on Facebook Marketplace, right?
Yes.
Listed for sale.
Yes.
Do you,
I'm in contact with the owner, having conversations. We're going to have a phone call with each other in about 20 minutes or so to really kind of talk more and figure out some things.
Have you verified they're the actual owner?
Yes.
Good. Sometimes wholesalers like doing cute stuff. So my best tip for you, man, is, I mean, the first minute of talking to you, it seems like you're pretty comfortable just having conversations with people, right?
Mhm.
And like, you don't seem nervous talking to me, which is really good. If you talk to me the same way you're talking to the seller, you do fine. Because if you treat
appreciate you.
wholesaling like you're just having a regular conversation, and if you don't act in like, hey, the worst case scenario is they say no and I don't get the deal. It's not really that bad, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're not in the boxing ring where I get knocked out in front of millions of people. Like,
Exactly.
nothing too embarrassing. And let's say you slip up, you say something super embarrassing.
Gotcha.
Only he or she's going to know about it, and in like 2 hours, you're going to forget about it, right?
Yeah.
So really, the worst case isn't even there. And so, virtual wholesaling, the best thing you can do is be confident, be assertive, and be yourself.
Okay.
And you really, because you're not an expert in wholesaling, and just being honest, right? You're probably not, but hey, we're going to get there, right?
I mean, with your coursework, I'm coming a long way.
Yeah. But you can't go out here and say, I've done 1,000 deals. Like, but you're on your way. You're on the journey. You're well on your way. Now, you don't have that to back you up. But the one thing you can do to back you up is your confidence that, hey, me and my partner are looking to buy a property for cash. That's it. Now, because you haven't done 1,000, like you're not the expert on renovating you don't have to be. They ask you a question like, hey, the roof's got a leak. Is this going to affect it? First of all, you might get asked a question like that, right? Hey, my handyman and some of my contractors might go by and look at it. They're sort of the ones that are going to tell me and give me the bill for it if we buy and renovate the property, me and my partner. That's it. Hey, Drex, what are you doing with this house? Why are you looking to buy it? You're going to get some of these weird objections. And the problem is you can't act like you know what you're doing and you're doing everything right. The best response to questions
the
like
MCTP.
that is like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. So the best response to something like that is, hey, me and my partner, we don't know what we're going to do with the property. Sometimes we buy it and renovate it and flip it. Sometimes we buy it and rent it out. We don't know what's going to be yet. And just responding to those type of questions like, hey, it's you and your partner. Do you have a cash buyer already in central Mississippi?
No, that's the one hiccup that I'm running in. I have a list that I've been cold calling while I've been waiting to get on the group chat or the stream, I should say. But I haven't got any strong leads for a buyer, but I'm still kind of going through the list.
Okay. I mean,
but if you can or would love to help, that'd be fantastic. It'd make my world that much easier.
All right. I'll see what I can do. But
I
what I
appreciate
can tell you is use the partner thing. Try to find at least someone that's sort of.
Yeah.
Even from a Facebook group really quick at like 4 or 5, just so you have some confidence a little bit. And then go from there and then really have that conversation. And are you trying to close them on this or are you just trying to get some information?
I'm trying to get the contract signed and get it closed. They're pretty motivated on their timeline from what I've talked with them back and forth on. So the quicker I can get it under contract, the better. I'm trying to get it under contract within the day.
Have you talked to them before over the phone?
No, this is from first contact from me originally messaging you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to think here. I'm gonna go for the close. So I would treat this like a FISBO if it's already listed, because it technically is a FISBO. Get some info, ask the questions, MCTP. I think you already know all this stuff. From there, what price are they having it? Don't tell me the price.
It's currently
Don't tell me the
listed.
price. Don't tell me the price. Don't tell me the price. Don't say the price,
Oh.
because people can reverse engineer it. Sorry, I caught myself there.
Gotcha.
Give me a price. Just give me
You're good. I appreciate you.
Give me a general price.
Throw
it off.
The mid 5 figures.
Okay, I'm just gonna say 50 grand. Whatever. It could be wrong,
That's
it
a
could
good
be right.
ballpark. That's a good ballpark.
Okay, 50 grand. Do you know how much it's roughly worth?
Looking at the prop stream and everything, it's closer to I want to say about 100 with equity, but of course with repair values and everything that'll fluctuate.
Okay, so you already think it's. How long has this thing been listed for?
Let me look and see the timeline real quick. Sorry about that. I want to say I have so many things open. Please forgive me. It is a pretty fresh listing. It's only been up for about a week.
So that's gonna be your biggest issue. I like going after the listed ones that are over 100 days. You obviously know that. My biggest advice for you, which I think you already know, what do you think? I think your MAO should be on this.
I'm gonna say probably 65.
Yeah, 65, 70.
One more time. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
65, 70. If it's a Zillow for sale by owner, this is a Facebook for sale by owner.
65 is good. Or
I'd
too
be
low.
at 70% of an MAO. I'd be even lower than that if you can lock it up. That's probably where I'd be at. And so, hey, have a conversation. Hey, I was talking to one of my partners, Zach. He looked at it. He told me he wanted to buy this thing for price. Go from there. And so now if they say yes to that, you negotiate from there. Say, okay, Mr. Seller, Miss Seller, can I have your email? Get it? And then
kind of cut out. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you have an e-signature thing right now? Do you have Adobe DocuSign Dotloop? You do? Hello?
Yep.
So do you have an e-signing service?
I have the contract and everything pulled up and ready to go.
Okay. So get an email from them and basically just have a conversation from there. What I'm going to do, Mr. Seller, stay on the phone.
I think it might be cutting out. I'm so sorry.
That's your Alaska internet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. So I'm just going to say it. You can watch the replay on this.
I can't quite hear you.
On YouTube.
I think the stream is cutting out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he can go listen to the replay. All right. What I'm going to tell you to do is go on the phone, stay on the phone with the seller and say, hey, Mr. Seller, can I get your email after you agree to the price? And basically from there, you're just going to say, what I'm going to do is send you over the agreement over email. Let me know when you've read it and you're ready to sign it and we can go over it together. Or if you want to sign it right now, you just go over there and sign it. That's all you got to do. From there, you get locked up, tell them what you're going to do. Say, me and my partner might both be going by the property in the next week or two. Is it okay? What's the situation with it? Get locked up, bring a buyer through, sell it, make a ton of money. That's how you do virtual wholesaling closings, things like that. It's really not that complicated. And most gurus charge a lot of money for that, but that's how you do it. Next here we got Vince. Yo. All right, he'll be back on. Moses.
Yo.
How's it going? What happened with that deal, dude?
I'm still looking for buyers. I've been trying to contact realtors in the area. I was actually just calling a couple, but they're hard to get in contact with. A lot of them don't really answer the phone. I did get in touch with a couple that said they would put it out there, put a feeler out there, see if they have any cash buyers. So that's good. I've been using PropStream to find cash buyers as well. But yeah, that's really just it. Just trying to find cash buyers at this point.
Okay, what have you been doing recently for it? Let's say yesterday. What did you do yesterday to find a cash buyer?
Cold call.
Okay,
Cold
what
call.
list were you cold calling?
Cold called a cash buyers list. Let me see. It's cold calling. I have them right here in properties. In Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio to Covington. And
Like
yeah,
on PropStream?
yeah, I cold called on PropStream and then I cold called on Redfin and Zillow Realtors.
Okay, have you used any Facebook groups lately?
Well, actually, I haven't posted in Facebook groups for the past like probably like 2 days, maybe like 3 days. I've just been like
Have you
cold
harvested any emails?
Yes.
Well, I've sent
Who are you
emails.
talking to? Who's
That's
behind the scenes here?
no, that's my girlfriend. She sends out emails for me.
She's running the shots, isn't she?
Because
I knew she's running the shots. She seems like she knows more numbers than you, man. All right. Now we know who's really we know who's pulling the strings around town. All right.
behind the scenes.
All right. She doesn't have to show her face or anything, but at least we can have some conversation from here and really see what's going on. All right. So what I can tell you here is you need to send at least 25 DMs out for cash buyers.
Okay.
And so what you're basically going to do is we got to do it together. This is actually not that difficult to do.
All right.
Real estate investors. All right, let's just go and look at it really quick. I am not part of any of these groups, but we'll figure it out. Okay. So let's go share my screen. So this is a group called Greater Cincinnati Real Estate Investors. All right, you see it?
Yeah.
All right. So basically what it is just people listing properties. And we got listings here. We got interesting things. And really, let's go try to find some cash buyers. So this guy posted an assignable contract. Don't really care about that. First of all, that's just a good area to be on after probably. We're getting not much here. So what I can do is just a search in the group. So hold on a second. Oh, here we are. Trying to find this. All right. So I'm just going to search all I'm going to search is cash buyers. And click view posts. And these are all the posts in that group for to find cash buyers. Cash buyers looking for properties. I have some deals available. Please PM me. Boom. Look in the comments here. Got Scott Weaver. He's got an email. I'll probably email him right now. Go to Scott. Oh, it looks like we're friends. Huh, cool. Click message. Boom. I'd go out here, message him like, hey, Scott, this is Zach, and I have a deal in blank, 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 blank X area. Are you still looking to buy for a cash? Question mark, right? Something like that, something stupid. And you're going to send at least 25 of those out. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
And I would send at least 25 of them out. So do that. And like, let's even go back here, right? I think I took it out, but like, there's like 12, right? There's like 12 or 14 replies, and there's probably like 6 or 7 posts this year of it. So I'd be doing that.
All right, cool.
It looks like Scott was active too. So I'd probably message him ASAP.
Yeah, bro. I'm getting I'm messaging him.
Just have your girlfriend do it. Seems like she's faster.
Bro, I'm actually
I'm joking, man.
Yo, I'm the one who puts in the legwork in this, man. I'm the one who puts in the legwork. She can attest to that. Don't lie.
Hey, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. Hey, I would message him as soon as you can. I would also send some emails out. And if you use like a Gmail or something, you're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. But just send a DM out to those people. Do you have the ad copy, or want me to post?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Should I just send them the same ad copy that I have on Facebook? Just that one, same format and everything? Because
I'd do this like, hey, this is Moses. I have a deal locked up in X City. Are you still looking to buy wholesale deals for cash? I don't know. I'll put in the private chat if you can see it. Oh, hey, this is Moses. I have a deal locked up in city, whatever. And then, are you looking to buy wholesale deals for cash or real estate deals, whatever it is, right?
Okay.
And I would probably DM at least 25 today, at minimum.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I'm
Maybe
gonna get 25 of them. I was using the @ strategy that you had done before, but it just stopped pulling up people's emails for some reason.
Yeah, I just searched cash buyers.
Okay.
And there's always a guy or a gal texting, "Where are my cash buyers at?" And they posted like 4 months ago, and you can just swoop in and get all those. That's also a really good strategy too.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'm just gonna be typing it as cash buyers from now on. That was a lot.
Yeah. The apps at gmail.com strategy works too, but like I do both of them because I just want to get as many buyers as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Just DMing, looking for cash buyers, and since I have some buyers buy boxes, I haven't really been focusing on acquisitions, and I just been focusing on trying to get buyers for this property. I got 2 realtors that said they would put a feeler out, but if I can get a buyer for myself, then that'll be
work smarter, not harder, man.
More.
That's the name of the game.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, appreciate you. Keep it up, dude. 25, all right?
You know that.
All right. Keep it up, man. Appreciate it. And then 25 emails, so 50.
All right, 50 total.
25 DMs, 25 emails.
All right. Same people?
Same, more, less? At least more. Try.
All right.
All right. Have a great one, man.
All right. Happy holidays, bro.
Happy holidays. Boom. All right. Next we got Vince.
What's up, man?
I'm blessed, dude. How are you?
I'm great.
Awesome, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Despite everything going on. So I had 2 situations, 2 deals I thought was going to go through, but one of them I had a showing today. Long story short, the tenant was raising a lot of hell in the house, and so I know the buyers that were there. No one. I mean, it's only 2 of them that hit me up that asked for like the certain things about the property, but the other ones I had like at least 4 or 5 that was very interested. None of them have contacted me yet. So just seeing, I'm thinking, the deal like the is shot. But what are ways you think I could try to make it all make sense?
All right. So is the deal locked up currently?
Yeah. I had buyers come by.
And so what's the main issue here? It's the tenants?
Well, that's what people are saying, that like it's like one of them said they could do it without the tenant, but they got to do it with the tenant with like a $9,000 discount. And then another one said so it's like a 12 grand separation between what I was asking and what they wanted if the tenant's gonna be involved.
Is there a lease on the property?
No, it's just month to month.
Is the seller okay if you kick them out?
I'm quite sure that's the reason they're selling.
Bro, just kick them out.
But my thing is, right? So the lady, she's not in the best mind state. She has a lot of kids.
Seller or tenant?
No, the tenant. So that my thing is, do I do cash for keys? Like, do I just say you gotta leave? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because the eviction process is going to take longer than fucking.
Bro, you're in Florida.
No, this is a virtual deal.
Where are we at?
In Ohio.
Okay, Ohio's still pretty good with it. The best case scenario, you're going to talk to the tenants, and basically, we're buying the house and we're buying it empty because we're doing a big renovation. So, unfortunately, you can have the seller do it or you do it. You're going to have to leave in about 30, 45 days. When I have a situation like this, I agree to buy the property, but I agree to buy it vacant. Always. Because it's an extra sentence, and most sellers agree to that. I'm going to have to renovate it, and it's not going to be safe for a tenant to live in there. And I just want a better tenant. You're selling it because it's a bad tenant. I don't want him.
Exactly.
And I think 30, 45 days is enough time to go get another rental. It's Ohio. Okay. Like, there's plenty of cheap places. So don't feel bad about that. And they've done something terribly obviously on it, and they don't have a lease. So I would probably try to get them out of the property within 45 days. And then now you have a cash buyer who's going to buy at the right price, not $9,000 reduction. So the $9,000's ridiculous, but I mean, dude, I would have them out, and then you're good to go from there.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, so you don't think I should even approach with the cash for keys method, or just say you gotta get kicked out?
They already wrote an agreement on it. That's month to month.
Yeah, my thing is,
once you say cash for keys, though, they will need cash to get out.
Yeah.
And so just see if they're amicable about it, and they legally should be. So.
Yeah, because I was going to do first the way you said, and if that don't work, then I was going to be like, do the cash for keys and see if that would work instead.
Well, I'm a little different, man. Let me tell you how I do it. All right, I'm a nice guy. You know me. I'm just the nicest guy in the world. I give a tenant 45 days, and then on day 20, I basically, if they say no, I'm staying here. I say this very respectfully. I says, okay, Mr. Tenant, Miss Tenant, do you want an eviction on your record? I'll tell you straight up, this eviction will be on the record for at least 2 years, which most places they are legally. It'll be very hard for you to get a very good property because you'll have an eviction on your record. You agree to be month to month, and if you refuse to go this month without paying, you'll have an eviction on your record, and it ain't going to look good. It's going to be very hard for you to find other rental properties that are going to be in nice neighborhoods. This person has kids. They want to live in a nice place, right?
Right.
That should scare the GBs out of them. Okay. That will scare them more than cash for keys. I promise you that. An eviction on your record does not look good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my, well, I mean, I'm not saying I can't do it. My thing is, first, I'm virtually. And second, this seller, the seller is really pissing me off because he should have got all this. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why he signed a contract with you, though.
But my thing is, he wants, this is what's going on. So somebody else called him, and you know how another wholesaler called him and offered him like $3,000 more. So he keeps bringing that up. And I was like, once we do the inspections, we'll see, can we come up some more? He's so big on getting this extra $3,000. I got to break down to him like, hey, we have a bigger problem at hand. And my thing is, I don't want him to be like, oh, well, I just go with the 40 and have them deal with it. That makes sense. Or should I come up to 40 or should I just stay where I'm at?
All right. So what is that one cash buyer that won the $9,000? Outside the $9,000, what price was he at?
What you mean?
To buy it at?
What I asked for?
No, the cash buyer. He said he can do it, but he has to take $9,000 off.
Yeah. Well, basically, shit. He said 12 because I'm just thinking about it now. He said from what I asked for, it was 12.
12,000?
So, yeah, he said 12,000 off dealing with the tenant.
But what price?
What price I had it for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it for 42.
So he agreed to what? To buy it for 30 with the tenant in it.
No. He hasn't agreed to anything. I had the showing today.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. See what he has to say.
So he hit me up right afterwards. It was like, hey, I want it, but can we get it vacant? And I was like, before closing, and I'm just like, I don't know. I said, I don't know. Would that stop you from buying a property? That's what I asked him. So
you're trying to sell it for 42 and you have it locked up for 30?
No, I have it locked up for 37.
37, 32. Yeah. You can't do the $3,000. That ain't worth it, man.
Right. Well, my thing is
thing.
that, but I'm just saying that I don't think he understands how big of that situation is. He's so hungry. Like he was like saying, oh, that girl some girl keeps calling him about the property. I don't think she understands the whole thing going on with the tenants and stuff. So it's like he's gonna leave, go with her, and then she's gonna do what I did, and then she's gonna still make some money, and I'm gonna make zero. That's what I'm saying.
So I explained to the seller, hey, I know this other person's offering $3,000, but they most likely don't know what they're doing, and they're actually not serious about buying it. We're serious about this. You can ask this lady how many evictions she has personally done and show proof. She and her partner have not. And it's just her. Ask her how many properties she's bought in Ohio. My man Jeff over here, wherever your guy is, show how many properties he's bought. He's probably bought in 5 this year or something stupid, right?
Right.
Use him for leverage. Did Jennifer, did she buy 5 this year in Ohio? Because I don't think she probably bought any. I get this all the time. There's always a Joe Schmo that comes out here and tries to pay extra for the house right before I close on it, and they don't actually own the property. They don't own any real estate. I would love to give you an extra $3,000 if other people are willing to do it, but I can't compete it with somebody who doesn't even have money. It makes no sense. That's the way I do it, right? And then the next part here is like, if they're so stuck on if he's so stuck on the $3,000, it's like, it's going to cost me $3,000 to get the person out. So maybe you can pay for the eviction. Maybe you spend $3,000 with the lawyers, and maybe I give you an extra $3,000, but you're going to front the $3,000 yourself. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, do you want to pay closing costs? So that'll be about $6,000 for closing costs and the eviction.
Right.
No? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Boom.
That's real.
Shift it over. But no, man, tell the Senate, you got to tell them that's got to be vacant. I got to buy these things vacant.
Yeah, that's real.
So you can drop it on the tenant, but I go very nice. And if they want to be mean, then we can go the eviction route, the threat of the eviction.
Yeah, that's why I know he doesn't have the money to do the eviction process, so he really don't have the room to be saying what he do and don't want. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see how that goes. Like I said, my thing is I'm just pissed that I got a good deal, but I got a crazy, not even like she was doing the most, man. But on the other side, I got another deal, man. I thought was going to happen. With a guy, he hasn't hit me back yet. We talked yesterday. He got a number. I went to go see the property, but he's so big on using his own title company. So I called his title company today, see if they do assignments, see if they do double closing. The lady said, "Oh, my boss, he brown faces and looks down upon assignments and double closing." So I called him and told him, hey, I basically just left him a message saying, hey, we got 3 other properties we're interested in. I really want to get this done. If you're serious, please give me a call back. And I'm just waiting to see if he hit me back or not. But my thing was, if he does reach back out to me, I'm guessing it's kind of just be one of those things where he just have to make the final say so. Because if any wholesaler contact him, they're not going to be able to do the deal because, like I said, it's a double close, or they don't do double closing and they don't do assignments.
No, don't use them. And here's the thing. The title company, figure out who they use. And what I mean by this, every title company pretty much in the United States uses 3 or 4 people to do the underwriting for them, which is fancy terms you know about. Old Republic or First American, they literally go to that person and get a policy from them. So it's like a guy selling burgers. He either buys it from Burger King or McDonald's and sells it to you. It's like that guy in the street. Like you're in the South with me. There's usually a kid hustling and selling water bottles outside of like a sports event, right? You're not buying, Jeffrey's waters. He got Zephyr Hills or Dasani, right? He bought it from the store. So do I care? Like going Jeffrey or Sarah no, they're both the same water bottle. Okay. So my title company uses Old Republic. Your title company uses Old Republic. So just use mine because we can wholesale from them. He said
he doesn't want to get scammed. I'm like, I haven't asked you for any kind of money. I don't need any money from you. He's like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I'm like, if you're trying to really get this done, and the thing is, what made me mad is because this was another virtual deal. My partner went out there, checked it out. He was just so big on what's the offer. Like you could see. My partner was like, hey, he's really set to sell this property because he's really like, you can see it, he's really aggressive with what number we want to give. And so I don't know. Like I said, I see what happens. I thought those 2 deals were gonna come through, and now it's not looking too shiny right now.
No, you keep pushing, dude. Keep pushing.
Yeah, 100%. Appreciate the information on that.
All right, keep it up, bro.
Take care.
Boom. All right, next we got Reggie.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up? How can I help you out?
All right. Just came back from viewing the property with the seller. I'm really just here to see if my numbers are right. I didn't get under contract yet. She was stuck on getting her children or her kids to check out the contract with her, make sure it's the right price and everything like that. So the ARV in the area was 187. I just did 190, rounded up. The repairs of the property, it really just needs to be remodeled. That's it. It's just an old-timey property. Nothing major at all. Remodeling is probably around 35,000, maybe 40 at most. I did the 83% roll, or 83% of the repair minus the ARV, which turned out to 240. Oh no, sorry, I did repairs minus ARV, turned out to 240. Then I did the 83%, and it came out to 190, or no, it was 200, I think. So I offered her 195. She said she has an offer for 200 or 205, but I built that relationship with her. We talked about family and stuff like that, how she's been in the property and things like that. So I know I got a good relationship with her, and she wants to close it with me. But she just has to go through her kids. Would you say that's still motivated? Should I still put in my time into it? And do my numbers sound right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't look at your numbers independently, but obviously if you can do the numbers and you think it's a deal, go after it, right? Just because they have to talk to the kids, that is not a bad thing at all. I've had plenty of deals like that. So keep pushing it, man. The harder it is to get the deal, better chance another wholesaler can't penetrate through it. So I would say keep it up, man.
Alrighty. So yeah, I got it. I'm trying to get it back for 195. She said I'm about to email it to her right now. With all the information plugged in. She said she's going to show it to her kids after she runs her errands. And I hope I get my first deal under contract and see if I can find a buyer tomorrow. So
let's do it, man. What's the marketing on this deal?
Marketing. This was a for sale by owner, actually. So it was listed on Zillow for like, I think it was, the first time I called, it was listed for 40 days. I called a week later. So it's around 60, 55 days old. So she just got back to me on Friday, and we've been talking ever since over the weekend. She called me on Sunday. We were supposed to go out on Monday, but something came up. So today she actually did it. We showed up, we talked, and so I'm trying to get it under contract now. And I did Driving for Dollars this weekend, so I don't got a big list at all. I got 169. I had one person that may be interested, so I don't know yet. So slowly getting into the hustle.
What is it listed for roughly?
I can tell you the exact number.
I don't want to know it.
Okay, so let's just say the range from, let's say, 250 to 290.
Good deal.
It's a 3-2. It's what was it? It was a little bit under 9,000 square foot lot, 1,600 square feet living, and I'm in Tarrant County, Texas, so it's not in a bad neighborhood. The schools are pretty good, actually, so I'm pretty sure I can get it. I want to try 10, just starting off, but I'm pretty sure I can get it for 10 for assignment fee.
All right, bet, man. I like it, dude.
All righty. Well, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you, Zach. And I'll be on tomorrow to let you know what happens.
Let me know, man.
Yes, sir.
Tony.
Oh, shoot. What's up, Zach?
What's up?
Nothing, man. I'm just cold calling right now. Some people played me. They got my feelings up. It's all right. I was like, are you guys interested in selling? And they said, yeah. And then I was, oh, okay, great. They have a moment to talk. And they were like, yeah. And then as soon as they said, yeah, they hung up. And then I called back. And then they put this voiceover saying, warning, or this number's on do not call list. And then they hung up. And I was just like, oh, they played me.
Hey, what are you going to do? Can't win them all, man.
Yeah, next. That's all I could do next.
All right. Well, what are you doing now to find the next deal?
I still have this long list of code violations that I've already skip traced. So I'm just calling them.
All right.
Yeah. And listening to this at the same time.
Awesome, dude.
All right, man.
Keep it up, bro.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you.
All right. Have a great one.
Have a good one. Yeah, thank you.
Boom. Guys, I can tell you straight up, in wholesaling real estate is all about getting in front of your sellers, having conversations, and SMS text blasting is still one of the best ones. So I'm telling everyone, keep it up. Gabe says, is wholesaling legal in Virginia? Yes, it is. It's easier to say where wholesaling is illegal. Nowhere, okay? There's a state, Illinois, where you need to have a license to do more than one. But outside of that, you're pretty much good to go. Zach, do you have any helpful videos on comping properties? Yes, freeWholesaling.com. Jason just got a yes from sending 20 texts out. He did the text while listening to this video. And now he got a yes, about to jump on a call. Shout out to Jason. Guys, everybody goes out here and sends at least 20, 25 texts just from this video today. It's going to help a lot of lives and help as many people as possible. So I'm telling everybody, go out here and send these texts out. I promise you it's going to lead to great results. And somebody's going to get some yeses. So Jason's one of the ones that got a yeses, which is great. And then at least somebody's going to get a deal from this. Be a lot of yeses, hopefully a lot of deals, and a lot of money to be made in wholesaling real estate by doing this. So shout out to Jason on that one. I love to hear it. Humble One, so that just made $20,000 in assignment fees this month off text blasting, LOL. No cap. I love wholesaling. Listen to Zach. God's the greatest. He's heaven sent. Love it. Guys, it works. I'm telling you, wholesaling real estate works. SMS text blasting works. This business works. I'm telling you, I cannot be just the only living proof in this business. You have to go out here and do it yourself. Texting works. You have to put in the work. Everything in life, like everything in life, you have to put in the effort. And if you keep going, you'll do well and you actually get the results that you need, deserve, and should get. But I think for so many wholesalers out here, they ask the question like, oh my gosh, what script do you use? It's 90% of it's the work. And if you're working smart, you use the script I use, any of the services I say, I think you're going to be very well off and getting the best success possible. But like, again, if you don't use freewholesaling.com, you don't do it, it's not going to help you out. But shout out to Humbler, 20K from a text. He literally made 20K in SMS text blasting. Kind of like the title. I like it because I feel like the result matches the title, and we found the person on here. So shout out to him. Love to see it. Love helping the people out and getting going. Alejandro says, can you help me pull the probate? So go to the courthouse and get it, or look at the public records. What's the specific issue? Greater Kentucky, Northern Kentucky Investor Group works really well. Good. Josh says, what is MCTP? If you don't know what MCTP is, you should probably go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, where I teach wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. And really what MCTP means and what it stands for is motivation, condition, time frame, price. Those are questions you have to be asking your motivated sellers when you're talking. So if you ever any question like, how do I actually talk to these sellers? What do I say when I'm having a conversation with them? Just think of MCTP. So M's motivation, why are you looking to sell the property? C, condition, can you tell me a little bit about the house? Roof, AC, repairs. T is time frame. When are you looking to sell it? Are you looking to sell it in a month or 2 months, 3 months? And then P is price. What price are you looking to sell the property for? This is very important, guys, that you actually go out here and ask these questions out, because they'll lead you to build some rapport, a little bit of a connection with that motivated seller, and a lot of money in your wholesaling real estate business. I think so many wholesalers out here feel like that they don't know how to start, right? Like, how do I start in this business? What do I do? How do I get it going? I'm watching some of your videos, Zach, but like, how do I get more? Guys, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not a broke wholesaling guru. I don't do this stuff. But if you want to learn wholesaling for free, just go below here to freewholesaling.com, and I'll teach you everything I know about wholesaling absolutely for free. From text blasting, closing sellers. And guys, if you look at SMS text blasting, it's like, it's just getting that yes. That's what the whole video is today. But like, what do you do once they say yes? What do they do once they want to sell the property? This is when we get the other stuff, right? This is when we get into the closing, the MCTP, talking to sellers, scripts, everything like that. That's really the halfway point. And then we got to get to the other point, which is actually us going out here and closing the sellers and getting the deals done. So guys, if you want to learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free, just go to freewholesaling.com and I'll help you out absolutely for free. I will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to have some fun content like usual. And I'm going to help you out. And that's pretty much it. So guys, if you need help with it, let me know. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that bell so you never forget when we go live. And make sure you subscribe to all the YouTube channels. We have the Flip with Rick YouTube channel, the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, the Rick Ginn YouTube channel, and the Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group's own YouTube channel, Wholesaling Houses for Real, awesome clips, things like that. So guys, freewholesaling.com, hit that like button, subscribe, and